All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a new week. Now, let us recap on the trade we took last week. Right, let's see how last week played out. So, coming over to my chart right now. Coming over to my chart, the first trade I took this week was GBP USD, and the second trade I took was USD JPY. So, these are the two trades I took this last week. But I actually had a lot of opportunities like Euro USD for buys, but we just ended up missing it, right? So, if you come over to the Telegram channel, right, I was actually calling this trade. So, I had USD card for sales. If you come to the chart, if I go over to USD card, you can see the USD card sold. This was the part from last week. If you look at this, you can see that this right here, I was expecting a break and rated to sell. Come over here, you can see that is the same part of last week, right? I was expecting it to sell, but we did not really get the opportunity. I was also having NZD USD, GBP NZD for sales. And if I go to GBP NZD, you can see that last week sold, right? You can see that last week sold. If I go over to GBP card, that was another pair I was calling last week, GBP card for sales. As you can see, GBP card end up selling before buying, right? And the last pair was the last and the most favorite pair I was willing to take last week was Euro USD. We did not really get the opportunity, right? So coming into the week, so Euro USD. I was actually waiting for a break retest right here for me to catch this buy move, but the market left me, right. So coming into the week, we almost missed every single trade we were calling for last week. So we ended up settling for GBP USD, of which I also told you guys I was not really comfortable in taking that trade. If you look right here, I told you I have an entry on GBP USD. I'm actually less confident on this trade. I will decide if to take it in the next 5 minutes. So I actually ended up taking it, and I let you guys know when I was in on this market, right? So this is what happened on this pair. Right now, let me explain this pair so that we all learn, right? I still believe that this market could end up buying, but this right here, market was if I go to the weekly time frame, right? So weekly time frame, market was at area of interest, right? So we had a break retracement back into area, and we're expecting buys. So the market was bullish, right? Daily time frame. So daily time frame, if you notice, we had a break and a retracement back into area, and we noticed price started reacting from this area of interest, right? So now that price is reacting from this area of interest, we are looking to buy because we have two time frame in sync, the daily and the weekly were in sync. Now the 4 hour was not really in sync, right? The 4 hour time frame was still technically bearish in my opinion. The 4 hour time frame, this was still technically bearish. So I was looking for just a clean area to buy from. So I saw this support area, right? So we're looking for a break right here, a retracement, and an engulfing to buy this market. And we're looking for that on the entry time frame, which is the 1 hour time frame right here. So we had the break at the retracement. Oh, this is actually the break right here, the retracement. That we had the engulfing to buy, and price really stalled for a lot of time and finally took us out, right? So that was the first loss this week. Then the next pair I actually took was USD JPY, right? So again, I called it on the Telegram, right? So USD JPY, I also told you guys I was also interested in selling USD JPY when I was about to enter, right? So at this point, I posted this chart before I actually entered the market, right? So I was going to enter on this green candle. Technically, I was supposed to enter on this red candle, but I didn't. But I was going to enter on this green candle. So I posted this chart first before I entered this pair, right? So technically, I entered this pair on this black line. So that's why this black line is here, right? So technically, my risk reward ratio is supposed to be looking more like this, right? At this black line, same stop loss price, right? And then same 1:2 risk reward ratio, right? So this is technically where I took my profits actually at this week, to be honest, right? So this is actually where I took my profits at this week right here. So, but this is the exact chart I posted on Telegram, right? This is the exact chart I posted on Telegram. So we had one win and one loss this week. So we had we lost -2% in the first trade, which was GBP USD, and then we were up plus 4% on this win right here, which was on USD JPY. So that is keeping me up in my balance. It's keeping me plus 2% in profit, right? There were no other opportunities to trade last week, and it's good like that because I don't like to trade more than two pairs in a week, right? So that's pretty much it. I'm going to be breaking down these pairs again for this new week and show you guys the best pairs we are willing to take this new week, right? It's crazy what happened last week. There's a lot that happened last week. Allergy streak, the Super Bowl, all those good stuff, right? Anyway, so if you want to join the Telegram channel to see me when I call these trades live, you can simply just join the Telegram channel through this link, and I'll see you guys there. So that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys on the weekly setups on Sunday.